I've been on the edge of G rank for weeks now, stuck with the Lamender, whatever he's called, and now that he's out of the way, I've also encountered another wall, not really a wall, but a Ukanlos? Welcome back, Classic Crew, to another journal as I try to slay every Fatalis in Monster Hunter 4U. 1 has been slain, 3 remain, and they are somewhere beyond these gates of G rank, which I'm trying to get into, but I can't. So today we're going to be talking about all of the things I have left to do in high rank, because there was quite a few things left. I've also dealt with my snake problem, although not quite the way I wanted to. And I've encountered a new friend with a very big shovel for a face. Not very nice to say, but I mean, come on. Look at this face. So the first order of business is taking care of the snake, because I was stuck on this thing. I tried twice before. I just couldn't do enough damage. I was timing out on him. And so I decided to grind out a new charge blade. I heard that Delameter is weak to dragon, so what better charge blade to craft than the Shagaru Magala charge blade. And so we went grinding this boy in multiplayer. And I don't like grinding like 4 hours on the same monster. I did it pretty much for Brachydios and 3U, but like, you got to change it up after a while. So I always like to give myself a limit of I will kill this many monsters. If I don't get the drop I want, we are moving on to something else. And so I decided we're going to hunt Shagaru 5 times. And if I don't get, so I needed a Phos gem from him to craft the charge blade. And it's weird because oh man. So there's the Shagaru Magala and the Gore Magala. All of the weapons are German, but then as soon as you evolve them into the Shagaru Magala weapons, they turn French. So anyways, going for the Phos gem, I said, I'm going to hunt Shagaru 5 times. Off we go in multiplayer. Bam, bam, boom. No Phos gem. I'm getting cursed. Chat's laughing at me. Some are even cursing me not to get it. So not only do I have to fight with RNG Jesus, but I also have to fight with a rowdy chat. And then after 5, I don't know, I got a good feeling. I was like, you know what, let's do one more, just one more. And there was one hunter in the chat that I will call out. Gajira, shout out to you. He was a believer. He was like, we got this, Jay. We can do it. I believe in us. And I was like, you know what? I need some of that positivity on the team. Let's do one more hunt, you and I, and a few other hunters that I forget their name. And so we went on the hunt. And not only did I get my Phos gem, but I got a mantle as well. So there you go. The power of friendship winning the day for us once again. So shout out to Gajira and his power of friendship. It's because you believed in me that we got the gem. So off I went, upgraded my charge blade. I went back against the Lamender only to die at the 40-minute mark. And how I died is quite BS. I felt like I was making good progress. I broke pretty much everything that there was to break on this. And then around the 40-minute mark, I carded twice in like 2 minutes. In a very strange way, I was looking at the footage again, and for some reason, I was getting hit a lot harder than I feel I should have been. There's one, it's one of those energy balls, which usually doesn't do that much damage. Half my life, just gone. And then the final card, I was trying to heal because my health was under the halfway point. And then I don't even know what happens. The game just like, nope, you carded, get out of here, you're dead. So I was pretty much tired fighting this thing. It's not that it's like a necessarily challenging fight. It's not a fight like Fatalis or Alatreon or Tempered Volcan or any of the hard fight. It's not a dance. It's a chore. Like it's a very heavy chore to just put out a lot of DPS on it. It's a pattern of, okay, he's going up around the mountain. Now I'm going to climb him. I'm going to break this. Okay, now I got to wait for him to blast once, blast twice. Like, it's just so meticulous to do it over and over again. And to have to commit 40 minutes of my time to do it and just not die was like, and not even knowing if I'm like good enough to do the DPS check, I was like, I can always come back to this. Like, if I really want to solo him. So off we went. We did it in under 10 minutes in multiplayer, and I broke through that. That, I believe, unlocked my hunter rank. I went up to hunter rank 43. Very important metric, because from what I understand, there's a Fatalis locked behind hunter rank 70. I think is the number. So I have to get my hunter rank up. I don't know where the other 2 are. I assume they're in G rank somewhere. So I'm just going to keep clearing quests, and hopefully we will unlock that Fatalis. So with that done, I knew that Ukanlos was next, and I was like, well, I don't want to open up the gates of G rank just yet. Let's see what else there is. So there was a Silver Rathalos waiting for me. Went and fought him, and I never liked Silver Rathalos. I didn't like him in World. I didn't like him in 3U, so I definitely didn't think I would like him in here. And guess what? I didn't. He is bad. He has 2 attacks which just drive me absolutely nuts. There's one that he just charges at you with his claws, and it can go across the field. There is no minimum or maximum range for this thing. It just snipes you, no matter where you are. It's just claw in your face. It's so freaking annoying. And then the other thing is, out of nowhere, he could be on the ground, and then he'll just jump and shoot. Just jump and shoot you. No matter where you are, just jump and shoot. Another snipe attack. So those things are annoying. And okay, this is kind of funny because, I'm not an optimal hunter. I'm not really good. And people always say, you don't hit the head enough. Hit the head. That's the weak spot. So here I was trying to hit the Silver Rathlow's head, only to learn on this monster, you don't want to hit the head because that's the hardest part. So you want to focus on the wings and the legs. But I just couldn't stop wanting to hit the head. I don't know why. And there's one point I'm just bonking. I'm like, I will break this head no matter what. And after like 3 bonks, the head actually split open. That sounds pretty gross. And it was satisfying, but man, the whole fight was just hard. Like, just getting sniped all the time was annoying. I'm so glad that I finally did land my AED on him, and that's what killed him at the end. Now, I have to say, since learning AED and SAED, I am getting better at it. Some people in the Discord have been telling me that now that I've learned it, I'm playing worse, which I don't understand that criticism yet. To be fair, I'm still learning the move. I'm still learning how to integrate it into my playstyle, and I do feel like I'm getting better. Like, I feel I have more options available to me. The monster falls. I was like, oh, here's a good time to either SAED or AED on it. So I do feel like my repertoire of moves has significantly improved. So that's how we took care of the Silver Rathlow. Still garbage monster. I still don't like fighting him. And then there's a bunch of other interesting things that unlock. So I pursued the whole quest line of the Feline Flunky, I think it's called, which is the one that hangs out where you can unlock songs and you can watch like the songstress sing these songs. None of them are really that notable, but it all ends with the final monster, which is a Ohoshikierin. And this is the first time I encounter this boy. Basically, it's a Kirin with ice attacks instead of thunder. There was a lot of build-up before the fight. The chat was pretty excited. And I have to say, I don't know if it's the Charge Blade or this game, but I don't like Kirin. Like, he's just annoying. He's always hopping everywhere. And I don't remember him being this annoying in World, but maybe it's just the weapon matchup. He's always like, you're always hearing like the little pony laugh, and then, it's a neigh, whatever. And then he's just hopping everywhere. I'm just like, get back here. And then it's instead of going like with lightning, it's just with ice. It's like an inverted attack. So I don't really have anything to say other than his name is cool. He looks beautiful. From a fight perspective, he's very lackluster, especially for an Elder Dragon. Like, he's tiny. He's not really menacing. Yeah, he just died. So I really didn't care much about Ohoshikierin. The next monster, however, that I got to fight was a fantastic palate cleanser. And of course, I'm talking about the Molten Tigrex. Okay, so I don't like Tigrex. I never liked Tigrex, and I don't like Brute Tigrex. Tigrex has never left a positive impression on me. He's just kind of there. Actually, the first time I fought him in World, he was terrifying. This time, the Molten Tigrex, like, first of all, he gets his own arena. Then he is big, and I really like the big tanky monster. And I just find him so cool. Like, he's not super speedy. He's tanky, and he's got Blast Blight, and just the whole way it works is so cool. Like, he will try to charge at you, and every time his paws like hit the ground, there's like a dust of blast stuff that you can get Blast Blight from that. When he roars, you can get Blast Blight. You don't want to be around when this guy roars. Like, there goes all your health. And I just find all of that really cool. If you're Blast Blighted and he roars, you are done. So you just don't want to mess with the Blast Blight. But because he's big, I like his color, I like his size, and his moves are just really nice to read, to dodge, to land a hit on him. So I had a really good time fighting Molten Tigrex. Also, the Molten Tigrex was my first time using the Sergio's Charge Blade, so I did build it. So now I can roll when my Charge Blade is drawn, and I can sharpen. I thought it would be a huge game changer. It really isn't. I feel I'm always at green sharpness. I am rolling more now than like the first fight with the Molten Tigrex, but it just takes so many rolls to sharpen, and the sharpness is so tiny. Like, that white and blue sharpness is so tiny. You hit 1 or 2 monsters and you lose your sharpness, especially these Metal Wraths, these Molten Tigrexes. Like, these boys are tough skin, so your sharpness just goes poof, goes away. Otherwise, yeah, really good fight. Another fun little element I discovered in the game. I went into my house and there was a palico or a feline going through my box, and it's like some kind of disco stew palico. It was just so weird. Like, even the music that was playing when I entered, I was like, what is this music? Wait, what is this? Why does he have a bubble? What's he doing? Why does he have an afro? I feel good vibes coming from you. I think you can help me. You down? Oh yeah. It reminds me a little bit of a like Animal Crossing character. So I think it's an Animal Crossing. Some certain characters have like there's a music playing if they're around or whatever. I don't know. It reminded me of Animal Crossing. So he gave me a quest, and I suspect if I beat it, it will allow me to probably get an afro hairdo or something. That's what I'm assuming. So I'm not like in a hurry to do his quest, but just interesting like little side quests that they've added in here. One thing I really, and I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again, Monster Hunter 4U, the world building and the quests are so fun that, you know, they're nothing crazy, but I feel it's the bare minimum of what Monster Hunter quests should be. Every time I see a quest bubble in my quest list, I want to do it. Like it's progressing like a quest line. I get more attached to the character, to the village, to whatever their little story is. And I absolutely love that. And I want to do it as a player. I want to do more of that. So I really, you know, if there's one thing, I'm going to have to go back to World to see if they do that, because all the games after 4U, I don't know if they continued that. Rise, I think, had it to some extent, but I don't remember it. I don't think they had necessarily the quest line. I remember they had quests from villagers, but I don't remember it tying into one or another and like building up a line. Like, anyways, all of this leading to the final fight that you can tour, and I'd love to say that I can tour. This thing was terrifying, very cool. I think it was the first time I saw this arena, which is basically an ice arena instead of a fire arena. He is huge, and he reminds me a lot of a Cantor, but a little bit less intense. I didn't like at first the whole diving thing, but I think I just naturally found out how to dodge it. You basically, so if he's coming at you this way, you don't want to run away. You actually want to run at 45 like towards the dive so that you can get behind him, because that thing is pretty much like heat seeking. It'll find you wherever you go. And so dodging the dive was key. And then after that with the charge blade, it was just fun. Like I could be under him and I would just like unleash ADs. There's one point, and I really hope the editor puts it in here, where like I was unleashing 2-3. He fell over. He got back up. I'm unleashing more. He falls over again. I unleash another. His tail comes off. Like I was just massacring this boy. And he was just been like really fun to fight. It let me, I feel, use the charge blade to its full potential of what I can do, minus the whole guard point. That is the final legendary evolution of my gameplay. Like when I get the legendary skill that is guard point, and by getting it, I mean learning how to do it. And I know what's involved in it now, because I did try to practice it a little bit on a monster. I forget. I think, it was on Ohoshikierin, because he kept charging me. I'm like, I should probably learn like guard point. What is it? Okay, so you like put your shield up, and then all you got to do is like, I think go into morph as he's attacking or something like that. So I'm not fully committed. I wasn't doing it on Ohoshikierin, so it's a lot harder than it sounds. I'm gonna really need to practice. I heard Diablos is a good one to practice on, but man, when I unlock that, I will feel like I have reached the top game of Monster Hunter 4U Charge Blade. So yeah, he went down because he was really fun. People were like, oh, he's a big HP sponge. You're not going to be able to beat him. But I beat him pretty comfortably. So really, really good one. And with that, the hall of his immenseness has now opened. I can take on new quests, and there is a lot of pain waiting for me in G rank, as I have learned. But I will share with that next time, because next time I have the Desert Sultus, which is now available to me, a Savage Devil Joe, which that's not a G rank one. We are tiptoeing into G rank, and it's always painful getting into a new rank because you got to deal with the whole armor problem, the fact that I have no G rank armor. So that's going to be what we're going to have to face as I enter G rank. And I'll see you on the next journal to talk about that. Until next time, keep it classy.